Welcome to yet another non-spoiler reading vlog. We actually don't do a lot of these on the channel. You guys know I do a lot of specific reading vlogs to specific books, and those specific books have spoilers in the reading vlog. But today I want to just take down my TBR. I have a lot of books that I have not read, but listen, I'm not one of those people that like buys more books than I can read. No, well, I mean, I do, but in the sense that I don't have like 200 books that I have not read and like 5 books that I have read on my shelf. No, that's not the case. It's probably the opposite way. Like I have 200 books that I have read and then 50 books that I have not read. But you guys, I pre-ordered a lot of books that are coming in 2026, and I also want to buy a lot more books in 2026. So I want to at least have, also there's not even any room to put these on my shelf anymore. These are sitting on my book cart. I need to get a new book cart. But guys, I want to, like, when these books come in, have like less books to like worry about reading. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should read these first before. No, so I want to just like take down my TBR. I already have the first book that I want to read in this video because I'm actually currently reading it. It's Love Unwritten, and this is the second book in the Lakefront Billionaires. I didn't even read the first one. The only reason I'm reading the second one is just because this one kind of intrigued me a little bit more, so I skipped. I don't know why I did that. Don't ask me questions. But this is the one we're currently reading. It's also on my Kindle, so I'll be reading it on my Kindle as well. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the video because why waste time when we could be reading? Yeah. Also, I do also want to see if I can read this one in this video. It's actually new. It just came out 2 days ago, but I just got my copy yesterday because Amazon was slacking and I didn't want to give me my book on release day. And it is Half His Age by Janet McCurdy. This is her first, like, this is her debut novel because her actual first book was a memoir, so technically this is her debut novel, if that makes sense. So I'm excited to read this one. I'm excited to see like how she's gonna write this, because she also said that she really wants to be a screenwriter and like she likes to direct. She likes to direct and write, so I definitely am excited to see how this one goes. But we're gonna start with Love Unwritten first. So far it is about like this girl who used to be like a songwriter for this famous singer, but she got like fired or something, and now she's a nanny, and she's a nanny for his son. So Ellie's a nanny for Raphael's son, and it just goes from there. Things have escalated a little bit. I'm only on page 83, so things have escalated just a tiny bit, but I think it's going to come back down because it's like, this is not like the actual climax and the escalation of the book. Like the book literally just started like 80 pages ago, but it's escalated just a tiny bit, and I feel like it's going to come back down and it's going to re-escalate a little bit later, like when we're in the middle of the book, because that's when books usually escalate, in the climax, in the middle of the story. So yes, that's just to give you guys a little something before we really get into it. But I'm excited to do this video because I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I feel like this could also just be really productive because I could get, you know, a lot of these books off my TBR. I don't really think there's only two books on the shelf right here that I haven't read. One of them I'm currently reading and the other one is in the middle of a series, so I'm holding off. I'm not doing any video, like all of this in here. If I'm doing a reading vlog on it, it's not in this video, and if it's in the middle of a series, I'm not doing it in this video because I have a separate video for the book series that I'm excited to do, which is finishing see how many books I can finish, so many book series I can continue and finish in book series. We're gonna go ahead and get into this video. I'm gonna see you guys in my next clip. It is a little later and I got a little bored of Love Unwritten, so I moved back to Mape Valley Hazelwood, which is on my shelf over here, right? And I also started reading Archer's Voice because that's on my TBR somewhere over there, right? So between those two right now are my current reads, and I'm actually enjoying both of those. So yeah, and I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, but May is part of a series duology or whatever. I know, but I was already currently reading it before this video started, so we're gonna finish in this video because why wait to finish another video when I can finish it this month in this video at this time, at this point, and clear my TBR? Exactly, because I'm already reading it, so like why am I gonna like postpone my already current read and just like take the enthusiasm out of what I'm already reading? exactly, you get me so well. Anyways, I'm gonna take a shower and then we're gonna continue reading, but I got stuff to do. I've got to bedazzle my own book, so I'm probably gonna listen to an audiobook of Mate while I bedazzle. We'll see how things go. Okay everybody, so it is day whatever we are on this reading vlog, but I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's not like a day kind of thing, it's just me reading. But I've really been focusing on reading I've been really focusing on reading Mate, and Mate is actually so good. Like, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not too far into it. I think I'm only 15% into the book, so I'm not that far into reading and everything, but what I have read I am enjoying. I want to take a bath today. Today is Friday. It's supposed to snow, so I want to take a bath, like an everything bath, like body scrub and all that, because if hypothetically the water turns off because it freezes or it's just cold water, I want to have at least taken a bath, right? And I keep saying I want to take an everything shower, but I just feel like, why take an everything shower when I can take an everything bath? Fast food for dinner, so after dinner I'm going to take a bath, but I am going to clean the shower because mine is like a shower bathtub hybrid. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys know that because it's been in my previous videos and shorts. But we're gonna take a bath and we're gonna read in the bath. That's just, I love reading in the bath. It's so relaxing in my humble opinion, my opinion. But I do like to read in the bath. I feel like it's very comforting and cozy, and it's very like relaxing, and I also get a lot more reading done when I read in the bathtub. So you guys are gonna come with me to clean it, and you guys are also gonna set up the little bath area with me. I am going to be reading Mate because I have the physical copy. I'm so excited to like continue this because genuinely this is the 𝘰𝘱𝘯 that like I signed up for when I first got into reading. You guys are new here, you guys would not know the fact that 𝘰𝘱𝘯 is actually the author that got me back into reading, and like that one book, Check and Mate, led to all of this, all of that, ignore what's going on, and all of this. Yes, 𝘰𝘱𝘯 is the author that got me back into reading and got me enjoying it. And after I read Check and Mate, I read Bride because I was really familiar with her writing at the time, and I really enjoyed like Bride, and I've enjoyed her other writings obviously, but some of them were like, okay, well, where is Miss 𝘰𝘱𝘯 that I signed up for when I first started reading? And this is giving me 𝘰𝘱𝘯 from like 2024. And you guys are probably sick of hearing me say that, like, oh my gosh, I want more 2024 reads, right? Because 2024 was my best year. Like, I enjoyed most of the stuff that I read, not everything, but most of the stuff that I read I enjoyed, and like I'm kind of getting those vibes so far with the books that I'm reading this month for January. January is almost over, guys. There's literally like a few more days of January, which is so crazy to me. I've only read 4 books, and like my goal is 100, but right now I have it set for 50 on Goodreads because Goodreads is stressing me out because I was at 100 and it kept telling me like, you're this many books behind. Do not stress me out, okay? So I just set it to 50 so it would stop bugging me about being books behind. Let me read at my pace, okay? Let me read at my pace. But I'm only 4 books in, which is actually, in my opinion, a lot, because especially since I've been so busy this month, so me being able to read 4 books or more is like mind-boggling to me. So I did want to at least finish 1 more book before the end of the month, so hopefully it's going to be Mate. Hopefully it's going to be Mate. We'll see. But if not, then I guess we didn't, but no pressure. Nothing too crazy if I don't do that. Question mark? I don't know what you want me to say to that. But yeah, I have a huge physical TBR. The goal for this video is to at least read 2 or 3 books. We're not stressing about reading 5 books in one video because I've got a lot of other reading vlogs to film. Don't have time to be reading 27 books in one video, okay? So that's just a little disclaimer, a little heads up. I want to like say that real quick. But yes, wow. Progress for the book that I'm bedazzling, which is my own book, which is right there, as you guys can see. It looks like there's just something white over there. It's literally the 𝘰𝘱𝘦𝘯. Yeah, but progress is going pretty good. I think we're gonna be finished by tomorrow, give or take. If I can actually like lock in on it, then probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'm like been like hybrid reading, or I'm like listening to the audiobook and then I'm like reading, or I'm doing both at the same time. There was at one point when I was listening to the audiobook And this also happened with Redeeming 6. But basically I was like listening to the audiobook and I was reading at the same time, and I was like, oh my gosh, mind you, the speed is at 3x, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's moving too slow. So I upped the speed on Redeeming 6, and then I'm like, it's still moving too slow. So I literally like turned the audiobook off and just like speed through it, because that's how intrigued I was. And it was the same thing with this, like the max for Spotify is 3x speed. Oh my gosh, I wish they would just up it, but whatever, who cares, I don't own the app. But I was like, okay, well, let me just up it to 3x, because the 2.5 is not doing it for me. Like, it's still too slow. And still, I felt like it was too slow for like, and I was reading ahead of the audiobook, and I was just like, you know what, and I turned the audiobook off, and like I basically like sped through that chapter. And the chapters are like not long, but they're pretty long. Like, they're longer than most books chapters, but they're not like, I remember once there was a book I read, it was like 40 pages in one chapter. It's not like 40 pages a chapter. Like, some chapters are short, some chapters are longer than others. One chapter I think was like 40 something minutes according to Spotify. Like, yeah, that's a bit. But like some of the other chapters are like 10 minutes or 17 minutes. Like, they're not long chapters per se. Like it's like with my book that I wrote, it's right here. Like, most of the chapters are short, but there are sometimes those chapters where it's like, it's important and it's like practically mandatory for the chapters to be long, if that makes sense. So that's kind of just like what we have going on here. But yeah, I'm waiting for my food to get here, so we're gonna clean the bathtub, and if the food is not here by the time that we're done, we're probably just gonna have a little reading stuff here that I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get in the bath. But let's go ahead and clean it, because your girl needs to clean her bathtub. The thing about this book, and like I'm starting to enjoy it a little less, because first of all, I do think that it is dragging on, but at the same time I'm like, okay, well, it kind of needs to. But I feel like I'm reading like one of those like like I never read like Wattpads, but I was definitely on like the side of Book Talk and BookTube that like made like the parodies and stuff, and I know like what it consists of, because I had friends who did read Wattpad, and they would just send me like little like snippets or excerpts of it. And the thing about this is I feel like I'm reading like an alpha Wattpad story. I did not feel this way when I was reading Bride, because with Bride it was like much more complex than just that. But it's like her nickname for him is literally Alpha, so whenever she says that, it's like it catches me off guard. I'm like, girl, what are we doing, right? And there's just so many parts of the book where I'm just like, this is so like not stupid, but like stupid, like, you know, like it's like funny and it like catches you off guard because it's kind of just like unexpected. That's how I feel right now. So I'm just like, it's like everything that's happening is like so stupid in a funny way, but it's not like actually like stupid, like you get what I'm saying, but it's just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, guys, but it really genuinely feels like, especially the chapter I'm on right now, I'm on chapter what, let me see, I'm on chapter 26. This entirely just feels like a Wattpad fan fiction of like Twilight. Wait, Twilight is the show and the book that is like about vampires and werewolves, right? That's what this feels like though. That is what it feels like. And it's like there's so many things in this book that just catch me off guard. I'm just like what the heck? And like sometimes the chapters end on like the most random things, like, you know, when you like, if you're an author, you know what I'm talking about, when you end a chapter, you always end it with something that makes people want to continue reading, like a cliffhanger of sorts, but chapter wise, like you end the chapter off with a cliffhanger so they want to continue reading it. It like ends on the most random things, like they're like cliffhangers, but they're so random or they're so out of pocket. Like literally the end of chapter, hold on, not chapter 25, chapter 25 was like, okay, that was a good one. I have to figure out which one it is. Okay, it was the end of chapter 24 and I was just like, guys, what are we talking about? And it's just like right now I'm just like, what is happening? Okay, it's like it's whatever. I have to skip chapter 26. It's, I think, a smut scene. I don't read smut, so we're skipping to chapter 27. But chapter 27 is what we're entering right now. I'm sorry, it just genuinely caught me so off guard, the chapter 26, because of like, it's like things that are said, things that are done. I'm just like, are we reading a Wattpad story? If we are, there's no judgment, but I'm just like, what is happening? Okay, right. Anyways, I'm watching like an Alexa Ray video for my background because I can't like read with those sound because I start to like trail off. Does that make sense? Because I started thinking. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna continue reading. I just want to give you guys a little update and that little like bit of information because I was just like, what is going on right now? Because girl, I don't know. I don't know. I can't take anything they're saying seriously. I can't. Guys, literally the next sentence is absurdity. I don't know what was in Mate, but I got sick like the second I finished reading it last night. But I did finish Mate, and I left my review. It felt like I was reading a fanfic. I feel like we already talked about this, but I'm gonna start Not Hungry because right now, like I said, I'm sick, so I just want to do something quick and easy, and this seems like it'll be a quick and easy book. I accidentally broke the spine, but not fully, and like a page in the back of the book came out, but it was like one of those pages that's like, check out other books by the publishers. So I was just like, okay, at least it's nothing like part of the story, but I'm gonna start this. Hopefully I end up enjoying this one. Yes, let's read. Piss me off. Oh my gosh. Bro, it's like, it's not even funny anymore. Just get this out of my face. Get this book right here out of my face. It's not even funny anymore. Oh my gosh. So in conclusion, we ended up reading 3 books. We read Archer's Voice, we read Not Hungry, and we read Mate. And for the most part, I would say we had a pretty good reading experience. This video was supposed to come out last week, and I'm super duper sorry that it's late, but your girl got sick, like I said in the video, and I have been sick for the past like week. So that was indeed not fun at all. So I am just chilling, but we read 3 books. Tell me which one's your favorite. If you guys enjoyed the reading vlog, tell me what kind of reading vlogs you guys want in the comments, because I want to do much more reading vlogs. So this was so much fun. So love you all so much. Made out kisses. Mighty out and goodbye.